All right, welcome in everybody. Back with some more Dustland Delivery. We had quite a bit that we got done last time, actually. We hired a super nice character here that's really going to help us out. We pushed forward our main story quest. We did a lot of trucking. We did something like down here and over here and then all the way, like way over here and then all the way back and then all the way up. So quite a bit that we got done there. We are going here for a story, although we need to do a couple other things kind of down here and stop by our own town first before we zoom off too far away. So a little bit of upkeep to do there. I think we also have some supplies back at our city that we can make use of. I do say our stats are really rough right now. Are we out of food or something? I could use some cooked food. That is pretty telling. Hi, Dawn, welcome in. I'm gonna need to fix one thing here. I'm gonna have to alt tab for just a second. Oh, and I say I don't have my camera on either. Perfect. All right, hang tight for one more. I just want to get my monitoring stuff up and refresh that with the new stream. My internet has been on really good behavior today. I would appreciate it if it continues. I'm cautiously optimistic that maybe that work that they did is finally put us in the clear here. I would so hope so. I am sick and tired of having to think about my connection, whereas normally I don't even have to think about it. Okay, there we go. Get that up and running. Set those up like that. There we go. Okay, so I monitored it for about an hour before we started since I got home, and everything's been nice and green, so let's hope it maintains that. Okay, we need food, we need rest. All right, we got stuff to do here, so let's hit the inn. We've got cash at the moment. Let's hit some sleep, and then we're still relatively stressed. If I eat here, I wonder if this lowers stress. Let's test this, actually. I'm curious. So 274 stress. If we eat at the restaurant, that did not lower her stress, so that did not help. Okay, good to know. Let's go ahead and cook while we're here, although I don't have the best stuff. So I'm just looking to see what we can make here. Water, rabbit, mushroom spice, advanced game and mushroom soup. Okay, I don't think that spice particularly did anything there. Let's go ahead and bulk with the rest. I want to try to test things with my spices with various recipes. Fruit and bread. I don't think that's going to make anything, but maybe we test one. Bread and jam. Okay, I mean that's fine. Sure. That should be enough probably to get us down to our town. We could pick up some more supplies. Okay, we still have to worry about the stress though a little. We don't have any consumables that we can use. I think we might actually have to hit the bar. I don't love this option. All right, we're gonna do it. She's gonna go bananas here if I don't do something, so we'll do that. Hopefully, okay, well, we are stuck here. I should have done that before we rested. That's a bit of an ouch. I guess it's in a snowstorm anyways. Let's bump around in here and see if there's anything we can waste some time on. Huckster, Emperor, Bartender, Pilot, Instructor. So no, not really. We could buy some junk. Scrap for iron would be good. Connectors would be good. I don't know if I want to go any lower though, because I probably want to save a little bit of scrap so we can do some trading. We are in a town that produces charcoal, fuel, wood, chicken, button mushroom, other mushroom, squab, and pheasant. And our plan is to head here to Crude Town. So see if we can do anything. So they need rations. Okay, they need wood. So we can do a wood delivery here. Wood delivery there. Fine. And then the next town over, sugar beet seasoning. They need quail, pheasant, squab. We have pheasant and squab. Okay. let's see what we can afford here. So abundant items. We definitely can do wood. So let's do like 50 wood. I'm gonna bargain just because I kind of want to waste the time. And then pheasant. I don't know how much this we can afford. I don't have that much. Probably not worth it. Again, I'm just wasting time to try to sober up. Squab. They have a little more on the squab side. Get 20 of those. And we can cook with the mushrooms. Well, we're basically broke. Are we still snowing? We are still snowing. And we are still drunk. Okay. So we go to the bar. I guess we'll just use the bathroom. Who do you want to sober up? I mean, I guess we have to spend the entire time anyways. We'll just do crew. You feel much better. All right, there you go. All right, I don't think we're going to wait for the snowstorm to end. Hey, Lewis, drink? Yeah, well, we were going to go bananas. In fact, yeah, he's okay, but she's still pretty stressed. The reason being, if anyone didn't catch that, I ran out of cooked food. Like, eating even just this bread. The description here is only 2. That's not quite enough. So eating the rations, though, gives you stress. So definitely very important that you maintain some food. Also, bread and jam, and it's a hot dog bun. That does not sound good. I don't think I'd want jam on a hot dog bun. That should be illegal, probably. Yeah, that sounds gross. Okay, map. We were planning on making a pit stop here on the way to there. And let's do it. We'll snow drive. It's gonna get cold. It's gonna freeze out my engine. That was the story of last time. Me freezing my engine out. Bone apple teeth. Spice jam is good. I agree that could be good, but not on a hot dog bun. It just feels wrong. It just feels wrong. Yeah, engine has stalled. We know. What did we need? Okay, so we made part of the insulator. To do the improved one, we actually just need 1 compound. So if we can find 1 compound, we can improve this, and it's probably worth it. The amount of times we have had to restart our frozen engine is frankly ridiculous, actually. Our sea's producing a little bit of water. Oh, yeah. Okay, head down it. Supply cache is good as new. 500 scrap. Is it worth it? Probably. I don't know. And I don't want to chop wood because we found out that it is ridiculously tiring to do so. Another thing we want to be on the lookout for, we were working on crafting. Yeah, everyone has something. A katana is probably the next needed item of anything, but we're going to need to resupply some. All right, we found some survivors. Recon, they don't seem dangerous. We could use rest. Sure. It's cheap and it's safe. And keep on going. Okay, I probably should do a little check here. We're down to 11 tires. Food's okay, although I need some better food. Our water's also super low, which we kind of knew. We kind of knew that already. All right, here we are selling the wood. And we will try to upsell it. We did not upsell it. Abundant items. Okay, tires. I do need a couple tires. Let's grab 6 tires. We'll try to bargain those too. We have some wheat. Our city has wheat. Sugarcane. Our city has sugarcane. But nothing else particularly useful here. We'll check in at the bar. Anyone new? No. Anyone we care about? Rancher. Rancher could be good for my city. We are doing some ranching. Ignition wants to be hired. She's accident prone. I do not want to travel with someone who's accident prone, but we could dump them off in town. Not really. Not really. Service unit. Now, I was told that the robots are pretty good. This is he's a monogamous robot. And he's rude. All right, sure, buddy. 30 speech. 2,000. I don't think so. Not at the moment. Huckster. Okay. Meh. All right. What did I say I needed? It was a compound, right? Anyone have compounds for sale? Connectors, widgets. Now, I was told we could go into interact, and we could trade junk. Yeah, and they do have more things than what they're showing in there. So let's double check what we actually need so I'm saying the right thing. So we would need compound. 1 compound. All right, does anybody have 1 compound? You have a compound. All right, give me 1 of those. Success rate 0. We'll start doing scrap. Oh no, it's gonna be one of these. How much is a compound worth? 80%. Okay, so I just want it. There you go. Negotiate. Thank you. Okay, then it's gonna be a little bit awkward because we're gonna need to uninstall the insulator and then craft the improved insulator and then install the improved insulator. Yes. All right. That's going to be really helpful. That's going to be super duper helpful. Okay. I don't think there's much else I want to do here. Let's reset. We're heading here. We actually don't need anything from here. We would just sell off the stuff. Wood, meds. And what about down here? They need tires, fruit, and rubber. Tires, fruit, and rubber. Okay, let's get extra tires from here because we can trade them where we're going. So let's actually hit the store again. Abundant. Hi, Kirk. It's all nice on ice. We're just doing some ice trucking. Don't worry about it. All right, can we... Yeah, let's just empty them out. Bargain it down. We failed. All right. And go. All right, so we're going to stop. Not here. We're going to stop there. We also have a delivery to make here, so that should be pretty profitable. And then we're going to head to our town to pick some stuff up. Hopefully we'll be okay on the water. I really don't want to have to make or buy water. And then we're going to head, unless something else comes up, we're going to head up to the north where we have our next piece of the quest. Try to navigate. They were wider than expected. We navigated through. Excellent. We've had pretty good luck on that event lately. Your engine was too cold and has stalled. Well, it's not a perfect fix. All right, at least we're down to -3. Oh, +1 when the snow stops. Eating rations. I really dislike that. Did we already go through all of our other food? Ouch. All right, let's camp. I have to cook. That's just too bad. Okay, let's use up the fruit bulk. Make creepy hot dog jam sandwiches. And then... Okay, so we could do water and some meat and some mushrooms. Okay, that should be enough to get me somewhere. And if we're stopped anyways, let's just do a sleep quick. And just knock that out. All right, go. We want to be friends with marksmen. Sure. I mean, we're literally going to be stuck in this cab, the 3 of us, for quite a long time. Spices fancy. I'm testing out some recipes, Ian. You came across survivors. How we doing? Merchant caravan. We'll look, but I don't know if these are good deals. They don't feel good. I mean, the fuel would be fine. We're gonna go sell tires. All right, these are 4 tires, which would be 25 scrap each. Let's buy those and let's see how sad I am when I go to sell. Dust storm. think we're gonna drive through this one a little bit. And we're gonna see how we go. We'll take the extra heat. Arrived in Crude Town. That's what I wanted. Okay, then we'll turn that back on. All right. Store. Tires. Sell. One tire is 70. Okay, I'm very happy with the tires. So we bought 4 of those for 100, plus we have some extras. We got 42 tires. How many do I want to sell? Probably not that many. Let's sell 25 of them, and we'll try to upsell it. We did not, but we did make a decent profit. Okay, other scarce items we do not have. Abundant items, we probably should refuel. Although, there is a repair shop and we do have 8,000 scrap. Maybe we would do an upgrade. Okay, I guess we can't afford much. We could do the whole, we could do tire, tire durability is what I keep talking about. Maybe we just grab that. You just know human bread and jam things. Split open a baguette lengthwise, fill it with jam, share it with friends like we do. Yeah, but that's a baguette. That's not a hot dog bun. Like, I don't know, man. Could you just do peanut butter and jelly inside a hamburger bun? Again, that just feels wrong. That just feels wrong. It just ain't right. If you click on the item in your cooking menu, it'll show you what ingredients make the dish. Only for recipes I know, though, right? Like, I can't discover new ones. The tires are heavy. Yeah, we were definitely going to turn those around right away. Yeah, I think we're going to do the tire durability. We're spending a lot of money on tires, so can't quite do that. And I think I'm going to spend on the whole too. We're floating a lot of cash at the moment. There we go. Okay, so next one would be 8,000 or 4,000 for the whole. The whole is kind of whatever, but that's fine. Okay, stat-wise, we're looking okay. We don't have an inn or a bar. Next stop, I really want it to be Starlight City. Now, we could go around. Like, this is only 10 infection somehow. So maybe we stop here and then we just zip around the corner. Or we go down to Swampy Glades, maybe on the way over. So we produce fuel, clothing, milk. None of that's fuel, clothing, or milk. None of that's fuel, clothing, or milk. Okay, so we produce nothing that I can sell nearby. Alright, then let's just refuel and get out of here. So we will take the store, we will take the fuel. I don't need too much, like 600-ish. I'm a little bit... Well, I actually am feeling a little bit heavy. What do we still have that is so bloody heavy? 1,000 in tires, 2,000 in fuel. Okay, I mean, that's a pretty good chunk. I need to drop off a bunch of cores. These weigh like nothing. I still don't feel like that adds up to 10,000. What's that? 3? Let's call it 4, 5, 6. Yeah, okay. The bicycle box. Okay, that's what's doing it. Okay, so we had the bicycle box from a job that we failed. Is there any reason to keep this? Or do we just dump it? Because I don't think I can sell that. I put peanut butter and jelly on bread, as was intended. You've had PB&J on a burger bun. It's not good. See? Thank you, Wing. My wingman wing solution here, backing me up. It's a different type of bread, if you can call it bread. Buns are bread. The shape matters. It's a different texture of bread. In front of random towns, but not sure it's worth looking at. Okay, well, we'll peek here. Hey, does anyone want to buy some bicycles? Repair shop, no. Begging, no. Knives, no. Some people eat more than others. Yeah, they do. We can chit chat with you guys, though. Drop a little bit of stress. All right. I don't see anyone that wants to buy some, but we're also not full. So I'll hang on to them for now, but we're going to jettison those at the first need. All right, I do think we're going to hit up this factory. I'm not too scared of a 10 infection area, frankly. My goal is to get over here, but if we're gonna do it, we may as well make some stops. Medkit, rubber, salt, building. Okay, we could take some building materials back to town. That's okay. I don't hate that. Do something like this. I don't know how picky I can be about that. Something like that. Yeah. All right. On the road. You never said it was good. Next thing you're gonna tell me, Ian, is that you eat fairy bread. That sounds disgusting. I can definitely say I've eaten no fairies. Celebrate your 209th week of pretending to be completely bankrupt. Well, there you go. Something Dr. Evil would eat. Okay, we have not been here before. Okay, that is more than 10 infection. So we will just do a quickie. 33 books is not bad. Some compounds, some connectors. Ooh, ooh. Did get a level up here. I don't even remember you. So for you, I mean, his focus is ridiculously good. We could get, I wouldn't mind a little bit of hunting. He's the guy that's going to make hunting rolls for us, so we'll do that. I don't know. Probably not worth it. All right, and then map. No. Minor drops. Not on my end, Slice, thankfully. We're okay so far tonight. So far. It's been on really good behavior tonight, and I watched it all 6 hours I was on the computer and doing stuff. I was keeping my eye on it, and it was doing fine. It wasn't perfect last night, but it was doing pretty good. We wouldn't be miserable if we had the connection from last night. Hopefully it stays that way. I'm just so sick and tired of having connection problems. I'm literally sick of it. You come across a bunch of cargo containers just sitting there. We will definitely search those. Uh-oh. You were attacked due to high risk. You pop open the containers and find infected. I knew that was going to happen sooner or later. All right, this is fightable. We will take this fight. All right, let's... They're at 48. I'm not particularly worried about that. Let's let them get a bit closer. And we'll take some pot shots here. Okay, then we do 47 attacks. So I actually didn't even need to shoot twice. So melee, confirm, melee, we win. And we will take the long pork for various reasons. All right, drive on. 40 focus. Yeah, we got a sniper guy. It's funny because we were talking about like trying to find somebody that had like 30. And that was like the first person that we even like looked at seriously. So, and we've got the bolt action and we made scopes. So we did a lot of crafting last time and a lot of restarting cold engines. That was the theme of last time. Yeah, we did a lot of work there. I keep saying it, but I've learned a lot. So if I was to start again, like I would probably want to start with a gun, maybe even 2 like decent guns, and I'd be willing to sacrifice a lot for that just because of how much that would speed up the early game. Swampy Glades rest stop. All right, I don't think we have anything to sell here. It's a true statement. Yeah, medkits, building materials. Okay, building materials is what I kind of want. 1 set of them. Sure, bargain it down, maybe? We did not. All right. Womp womp. All right, check the bar. Just see. No new people. All right, I'll look. Wheat stock. Wheat stock is kind of on the way. We could do this and then bounce it there. Yeah, we'll take that one. We'll take that. No, that's dust blips. Never mind. Dustland Mutual. That's actually super easy. Okay. We'll take it. Okay, map, reset. All right, we are still going to hit the, what is this? Little Lake gas station. And then let's go around the woods to grandmother's house. Right there. All right, anything else I wanted to do here? Let's sleep. The standard rooms are just so cheap and it's so safe. And then we can also maybe do a little more cooking. I don't think I have much left. Okay, so if we look at cooked rations, that's just rations. If we look at ration soup, rations, water, vegetables, eggs, seasoning. All right, so if we did that, I'm curious. Normal ration soup. All right, then give me one just, okay, not an advanced one, please. Not an advanced one, please. Not an, okay, thank you. I just want to direct compare those two items. Okay, so one of these has spices and one doesn't. 106.41, it's salty. 106.5. Okay, so the spices added a whole lot of stress relief. I wonder if we can just straight up use salt as a spice. And then this advanced one is only 6. So adding the spices like made this from absolute garbage to actually kind of okay. All right, yeah. I'm with it. I'm kind of saving this until I can get one more ingredient before I cook those up. For anyone wondering why I'm not using those. Do we have anything here? Not really. Not in prices I want to pay. You can click drag flags? Yes, you can. Yeah. We were talking about this the other night. The only thing that we wish you could do is, I wish I could delete a flag in the middle. Like, let's just say I just wanted to get rid of this one. That's the only thing that we really can't do on it. Otherwise, it's a pretty nice little system. All right, drive on. The nutmeg takes the edge off. Are you a pumpkin spicer, Kirk? People are obsessed with that stuff. I never really got it. Small pool of water. We still don't have good fishing, so no. Not gonna waste my time. The spices are representing the Tabasco effect. There's a reason it's included in MREs. Our city is under attack. That is not what we want to see. That is not what we want to see at all. All right, let's let him get close enough till he has a decent chance to hit. 37's probably enough. Start volleying. Then start melee. So we have 18 melee. This is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt a lot. Subject is wounded. All right, this says like treat or something. So you need a med kit to do that. This is not good. Wounded again. That might be both my med kits. Ow. Ow. We really need to get a good gun for that. Like, badly. I don't think we're anywhere. We did a lot of crafting last time. Musket and a pipe gun. We actually could make the pipe gun, so maybe we do need to come back around and look at this here in a second. We don't have enough for the steel pipe, though, or at least not enough for 2 of them. Good to know. Keep driving. Pecan? Pecan's all right. Pumpkin pie is my favorite pie. We talked about that last time. Followed by apple for me. I try not to be too much of a dessert guy. I don't need anything to add to the bowl. And also, holy folks, I talked about not having my camera on, and then I didn't turn the camera on. Not that it matters too much, but if I'm gonna have the lights blaring in my face, I might as well have the camera going. Okay, we're gonna do a search. We're gonna do a quick search. Pig iron, yes. And I think we're just out of here. Yeah. On the road. Okay, heading around the side for that delivery. Yep. Fuel's looking fine. Food's okay. Tires are good. Ammo's okay. Scrap's okay. I am alive. Too cold and stalled. Man. It must be really cold if your engine can stall out while you're driving. That's pretty ridiculous. You're really using... Hey, he's just living up to his name, man. He's living his best life. Wrecked car. Sure. Don't find anything. Wow, rip. Eating rat... Wait, do we already eat our way through all that food I made? We did. All right, we'll push it until we get to town. Apparently, does somebody have a really high appetite or something? They said that was a stat. Okay, 2 + 1 because of the dog. 2 and 4. Apparently, Babel here is a little bit of a chonker. He's eating like double rations. Come on, man. We can't afford this. Think I'm made of money? All right, there's nothing to do here. We made our delivery. Let's just get out of here. All right, so we'll head up to there. And there's no reason not to stop here on the way there. Go. Actually, hang on. Let's actually... Oh, I can't camp here. Never mind. I was gonna say let's camp and cook. I don't know how Babel got 4. I don't know if we've always been at that. Yeah, I don't know if that's always been like that, but yeah, that's pretty ridiculous. He's eating for 2. He's eating for 2. He's the only one you... I didn't do anything to his appetite, though. All right, barricade. Let's just clear it. Characters can have 6 to 8. Holy moly! You just literally truck around nothing but food at that point. That's ridiculous. And the second I call Babel a chonker, Chonky appears in chat. I'm on to you. Hey, Rudy. Been enjoying your Wandering Sword gameplay. Would you mind doing another Wuxia game? How about Hero's Adventure? I did talk about that, or I do talk about that somewhere in Wandering Sword. I have it. I own the game, and I would like to do it, but I just need to be realistic with how much time I have. I was able to do Wandering Sword because I have summers off. I kind of work a seasonal position. So it probably, maybe I have some time off around Christmas, but I thought Wandering Sword was going to take us 40 to 50 hours. I think my playthrough ends up being like 100 hours. So I can only imagine Hero's Adventure, which is a little more sandboxy, and I think a longer game would take me. So I do know it, I do own it, and I do intend to play it at some point, but when, I don't know. I need to be realistic about those big RPG games. Like, I kind of want to do the new Tale game that's coming out. I don't think I have time to do it. We have Octopath Traveler 0, which kind of makes me want to play 1 and 2, so we could do that. I just don't think I have the time at the moment. We're very, very close to starting an X4 game. The DLC/patch I was waiting for just dropped today, so that's on my thinking. So, yeah. Careful search. We could. More attack equals more appetite. Oh, good to know. Okay, so that's why it's gone up, because we did up that attack for sure. So yeah, I know that's not a direct answer, Rudy, but it is on my radar. I would love to do it. It's a matter of time. I work a full-time job. I wish I could be a full-time YouTuber, but that's just not where I'm at yet. So yeah, it just comes down to time. Hopefully, you know, we're in a bit of a drought where I'm at, so we've only got a couple more weeks of the irrigation water being on. And when that turns off, then things will dry out and I won't have to mow as much. So that frees up like 1 evening a week for me. So that gives me a little bit more time to work on content. But, you know, as I'm sure same for all of you guys, a full-time job really translates into like 50, 55 hours a week minimum. So yeah, it's just a matter of time. That's all I can say. All right, search. All right, we'll try it, Ian. If this goes wrong, I'm gonna blame you though. All right, you lucked out. Although that was not worth it for what we just got, frankly. All right, it's getting spicy here. I got no reason that we need to hang around. Let's go. I love how as we're upgrading the truck, by the way, it is adding like stuff to it. So like we added some, I don't know what those are supposed to be, armor to the sides of our truck. Cactus patch. I still maintain that we should have an option to harvest here. We'll use the fuel, I guess. If you're gonna do a full, do it at higher level sites. 50% more. That was only like 150 scrap. We got 300 at the last quick search. Arrived at Mountain Pass gas station. All right, did I have anything to sell? I think the answer was no. I'm not selling off the ammo. I'm not selling building materials. Buying. There is stuff here I would like. Probably should get some. Oh, we're full. Okay, bicycle, it's time to go. Don't care. Don't care. Don't care. Okay, none of them are buying bicycles. Bicycles, you're out. Drop. All of them, yes. Okay. I was driving a little heavy there. In fact, I'm still driving a little heavy. All right, store. If I had a smidgen more money, we could do an upgrade. I don't really have anything I want to sell, though. I'm gonna need to drop medkits off at town because we used up 2 of them. 800. I don't think I could sell enough tires to do 800. Yeah, no. All right, moot point. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, we're overloaded. I don't want to do that. What else what's taking this? I guess it's the scrap. I don't really want to turn it into creds though, because I kind of want to turn around and just spend this on an upgrade right away. I wish we had just a smidgen more money. We could sell off tires. We're gonna head where they're selling tires, right? Yeah, we are. Okay, you know what? Can I somehow... If I upsell this, we could get enough money. We failed. Of course. All right, we'll sell a couple ammo. Okay, then repair shop, upgrade. Okay, so we can get more hull or tire durability. I think I'm just going to grab the tire durability. This also uses up a core, which is weighing me down. There we go. All right, we are broke again, but such as is our life. See if there's anyone new. There isn't. All right. Drive. All right, we're heading to our town. Go. Sell fuel? Yeah, I guess I could have sold fuel. Of course, we had a dust storm. I'm willing to drive through that a little bit. Yeah, but now that we have those upgrades, this isn't so bad. I do want it to stop me though and make that decision. Yeah, we're definitely stashing the cores axe. We're on our way there right now. In fact, here we are. All right, depot. I definitely don't want the cores. Stash those. Building materials also weighing me down greatly. Medkits. I'm gonna drop off 3 of them. We've slowly been accumulating those. All right, things I need some water. And we're doing a lot of cooking. Let's do quite a bit of water. All right, how much? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now we're doing just fine. Okay, what else do I want? I want... Okay, I want my vegetables. Yep. I want my chicken. I'll take the eggs. Cool. Okay, we don't have any more workers. We could try to hire somebody, but we're broke. Because of course we are. All right, you. Okay, I keep talking about getting some fishing. Let's just get he has a +5. Let's just get a little bit so we can do that event when it comes up. I feel like we're leaving free food on the table. Also, we put spikes on our tires. That's awesome. Okay, I don't think there's much else I need to do here, weirdly enough. We just need to basically drop that off and get water. We got plenty of space. We're gonna start seeing rain again, so I don't think I need a ton of wastewater. All right, manage city. I kind of want to do some more. I kind of want to do some more defense. Let's do it. Impenetrable defense. Well, I hope you live up to your name. I'm gonna be very sad if you don't. Rundown industry, yeah. Everything else is here. I'm not gonna upgrade anything else until we're ready to use it. We got a bajillion jobs that don't even have people in them. All right, so you are a farmer. Does anyone know, does farming skill matter? AKA, like, does it matter if he's above 15? Like, if I grab him here, it's kind of annoying to have to pull him into my party and then level him. Yes, it does. Okay, then we'll do the annoyance. All right, here you go, buddy. Now, that used all my books to level one dude. I didn't think about that. I didn't think about that at all, actually. You can level in from that screen. That's good. Go back to the job screen. Fine. Just the details button, I'm guessing. Thank you. But I'm out of books, so that's going to be kind of moot. So you're another farmer. Let me just double check that. Yeah, we're out of books. All right. We should really be on the lookout for books then, because we're going to have a lot of levels here. More than double than no more game. Okay, so if they needed 15 farming, 30 would get them up there. Gotcha. Good to know. I mean, there's tons of stuff I want to do here, but it all requires more scrap. So, more people. We really need to be on the lookout. In fact, what do we want the most for a person? I guess let's make that. What am I looking for? What I would like to do is process this wheat. To process the wheat, I assume we must need to use, yeah, right here. Crafting. So ideally, we're looking for somebody who has crafting 10. No, crafting 20. We're a broke axe. I would definitely do that, but we're broke. We just did upgrades. It's all good. All right, let's head out of here. We have a delivery right there, and then we'll have some money, and we'll be on the lookout. Remind me, I need to buy tires too. We'll be on the lookout for a crafter 20. I should have. Time out. Time out. Nope. Nope. Stop. Stop. Reset. Go back to town. Oh, not search. Go. I want to. A lone traveler by the side of the road. You know what? Sure. Upon reaching the destination, they give you the money and disembark. Well, thank you, friend. Back to city. I want to rest. I should have rested while we were here. Okay, fatigue is very high. Let's do 8 hours. And rest passengers. Probably didn't even need 8 hours, but that's fine. All right, now we're not exhausted. Now let's head out. And you know what? If I'm gonna go here anyways, we may as well hit these up. I don't think we've stopped here before. Happy Harvest Farm. And then we'll hit this. Go. Oh, that's true. There is the back to city button. You're right. Build a library. Farms give lots of rations. Yeah, even the flour would be nice. But yeah, if we could process the food up a little bit. If I could go to town and just stock up on food so I didn't have to constantly stop and cook. In fact, we probably should stop and cook now that I say that out loud, because we're not eating good stuff at the moment. We are not. All right, search. All right. This one's on you guys again. Okay, this one's better. 300, some gear, some iron. I'm still not super impressed with that, if I'm being honest. All right, drive on. When we get out of the infected area, or out of the swamp, excuse me. All right, close. Abandoned train. Please don't be full, bandits. We find a ton of useful things, scrap and rations. Okay, let's camp. We need to cook. It's kind of risky, but we'll be all right. Okay, so what can we make here? I don't know what we can do with this egg. I mean, a fried egg doesn't exactly like. If we do a chicken and an egg, what would that even be? Like egg and meat? And let's throw on bread, make an egg sandwich? A club sandwich, there you go. Okay. I'm happy enough with that. And what if we added a spice to that? Okay, it accepts it. Let's go look. I want to know the differences. So 215, 215, 52, 215, 110. The spices are so worth it. So worth it. Okay, let me ask this. I asked this once before, but I never got a good answer. Does the game intelligently eat my food? Like if I have a 0 stress relief food and 100 stress relief food, will they eat the stress food when they need it and the normal food when they don't? Or do they just eat whatever, just randomly? They eat whatever is best. Awesome. All right, make me a bunch of those. I need to buy some more spices. Okay, let me ask this again. Can I just cook with salt, or does it need to be spices also? They eat the highest quality stuff first. Oh, I gotcha. Not best as in what is actually best for me, but just I want to eat the good food. I mean, to be fair, I do the same thing, so I can't really complain. Okay, let's get out of here. Isn't it the difference between normal and advanced? No, I think there's like a roll. There's like a cooking roll that goes on. Because earlier I was trying to make a non-advanced one. I did like 3 times and then we didn't get an advanced one. All right, happy farms. We could hunt here. I don't think I'd want to hunt somewhere with 30 infection, but I will give it a search. All right, we'll do the long one. Someday I'm going to be really sad about that. Now that was worth it. 68 scrap. That's not bad. This is pure salvage that we've picked up. All right, drive on. And actually drive on, but go around the woods. Cool. Egg and chicken is an omelet. Mm-hmm. First encounter with an infected traveler. And we got the clothing. All right, he wants 3 flesh. That seems like an awful lot, but we have the clothing at least. 2 pre-fall electronics. Are those worth it? I haven't used any of those, I don't think. A valuable resource. I guess they are? They're dumb about food consumption. If they're not stressed, they'll eat the stressor. That's too bad. That's really too bad. Game meat, water, seafood, mushrooms, extra veggies. Farm, cities, factories, oil storage tanks are high level. I gotcha. Yeah, rather than just landfills, that makes sense. Sell at a big town? Gotcha. Okay. We made a delivery. Cool. We need to buy tires before I forget. And we need to just completely restock. I think we're just gonna buy 20. Well, then again, we upped our durability a lot. Let's get 15. That's more than enough. That's plenty. Wheat, I don't care. Sugarcane, maybe. All right, so we are heading to this quest. How are we gonna get there? Is there a way? No. Is there a way over here? No. I just want to make sure. No. All right, so we either need to go up and around, or more likely we need to go the southern route again. which is through this area. That seems longer than just taking this route. I think we'll go this route. Plus, we can hit some places we haven't been before. Okay, so we're heading here next. So reset. Take me to here. You want ammo, medkit, ointment. I don't think you make any of those things. No. Okay, next stop would be here. Medkit, wheat, sugarcane, tires. None of that. All right, what if we stopped here? None of it. Man, the trade up here sucks. It really does. All right, well, let's go. I guess if we're gonna avoid the woods anyways, let's stop by the landfill. We'll hit this, and then we just zip through here as efficiently as we can. Do anyone want to stop here? I guess we can. I was gonna say maybe we could just go to these, but that's fine. All right, bar. We are looking for somebody with 20 crafting. I'm also a little heavy on scrap at the moment. Shock troop. Okay, another fighter-ish type person. Aloof, party animal, parched. Rarely falls in love. I mean, that's okay. Not much other stats, though. Crafter's really what I want at the moment. I only have one free seat. Okay, no crafting. No crafting. Okay, crafting and husbandry. Okay. Is it finally the cat girl's turn? She's an animal lover. Bounty hunter with no faction. You might be in. Okay, or hear me out. What if we hired the hunter and she can actually hunt? Weirdly. She has the crafting. She has good focused. This might actually be a fourth crew member. Axes into cat girls. Confirmed. Got it. Okay, that's a good question. Do we get the cat girl or do we get the hunter? Hunter is your must recruit, says Chonky. Let me hear some other voices here. I think we're going to try for one or the other. The hunter I almost want to keep in my crew. The hunter feels that good. The animal handler's fine, but I would mainly just hire her to go work at the city. Hunter for crafting? Yeah, that's true too. Optimist is good, and parched is, it's fine. We can get rid of that. Her name's Moon. Sounds kind of like somebody who's into crystals. I'm just saying. All right, seems like Hunter seems to be the fan favorite. You'll be at max loss. Yeah, we will be at max in here. That's okay. One of the best gunners. That's what I'm feeling too. What is there a stat in here that affects ranged combat? Am I just missing that? Or I thought it was focus when I started, but I don't think it's actually focus anymore. It is focus? Okay. So I was correct. What is the equation there? Let's try to recruit her. Yes. You're in. You're not in. She said no. All right, well, we failed. Did I really fail on that, or did I just close that too soon? Yes, confirm. Hire, I did close it too soon. All right, relations up. Hire 6 characters at the bar. Cool. All right, we didn't totally fail. All right, food-wise, I need to cook again. I probably should cook again while we have this. Okay, so we can make omelets. I think we do this. Make sure this is good. A cheeseburger? It's like a turkey burger looking thing. I'm not so sure about that. Alright, that's fine. Advanced cheeseburger. Isn't that just a bacon burger? Put that. Game sandwich. And then we can make this, but I don't think so. Let's wait and see if we can buy anything else food-wise. Oops. Food-wise that's interesting. No was the answer. hot and spicy chicken sandwich. True, true. All right, we ride. And actually, I lied. We collect rainwater. Okay, that's not coming down hard enough. Keep driving. Max slots is 8. Yeah, I just don't have the upgrades for the seats. I did miss it. Yeah, I did catch it. Hey, Marian Babette. Hey, Babel, haven't had a chance to catch you live in a week or so. Well, glad to have you. Happy to hear you only lost 1 day on jury duty. Yeah, it was a long freaking day. My butt hurt for like 3 days. They had like torture benches. 2 of the other people that were there had back surgery recently. And they're like, I'm in a lot of pain. And they're like, well, how much pain? And the lady goes, probably an 8 or a 9 out of 10. And they're like, well, you can stand. I was like, wow. Wow, that is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Let the poor old lady go. She's not on trial. It was ridiculous. I also was super salty because they gave us lunch and there's no parking, first of all. So if you drive somewhere, you're screwed because you can't find any parking. And I live far enough away, I couldn't drive home for lunch. So I had to buy lunch. It was $17. I still don't have my 10 measly bucks that they're gonna pay me for doing jury duty. Thanks. You couldn't even pay me at least enough to cover my lunch. And I went to like a sub shop. Like I didn't go eat a fancy restaurant. I had a sub, a 6-inch sub. It wasn't even a foot long. I'm still cranky about that. But thank goodness it was only 1 day because it was a criminal trial and it was supposed to last 4 to 5 days. So yeah, we wouldn't have been able to finish Wandering Sword. It would have sucked. It wasn't Subway. It was a local chain, but it was a sub shop. Yeah, I literally got a 6-inch, a small thing of chips, which, you know, has like 2 chips in it, and a small drink. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. Sure, we'll check the car. Can a citizen get a cushion? I should check the cushion craft. But yes, also for jury duty, you're right, Kirk. That was a good double entendre there. They did actually, after lunch, there were 2 court official guys, you know, the people who heard you around. And they're like, we brought some cushions. They brought 3 cushions for 62 people. I'm just saying, where are my tax dollars going? Where are they going? All right, we did say this was a good deal. I guess we'll take the fuel, sure. Why not? Yeah, it was ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous. A specialty sub shop? I mean, it's a local cheapo chain. That's all I can say. It wasn't fancy. It wasn't fancy. Jury duty is a joke. Well, I don't remember if I told this story, but years ago when I went to college for 2 years and got my AA degree, and then I took a year off to work and save money because I was broke. During that year, I got called in for jury duty. I wrote in and said, hey, I'm completely broke. I'm saving up all this money. I'm moving to go to college. I really can't miss any time. They still made me come in. They did dismiss me after 1 day, luckily that time also. But there was a lady there, and she gets up, you know, when they do the can anyone not serve, and she goes on like a 10-minute tirade about, this is the 5th time I've had jury duty in 2 years, and the system's broken, and I think everyone's guilty, and blah, blah, blah. They picked her first. So if you think that's how you're gonna get out of jury duty, it ain't. It ain't. She was juror number 1. Okay, they don't love me because I recruited somebody. We'll just pay the toll. All right. Hi, everybody. Store. I don't think that we had anything here. No, we didn't. I could buy fuel. We'll probably buy a little bit of fuel. We could buy some other stuff. I need something. Let me look at my supplies here. What I really need is like bread or flour. Bread or flour is really what I need. We got a ton of rations also, so we're fine. So I don't think we're buying any of this, is the long short of that. Okay, give me just a smidgen. We'll try to bargain it. Thank you. All right, we'll go to the bar. Is anyone here from Milsec? Yes. All right, so let's interact with you. And let's buy you a drink. I just want to see this. I'll do it. Okay, +2 rate. That's exactly what I wanted to know. All right, faction. Okay, so I thought that was +2. I was expecting this to be at -1. Okay, maybe that doesn't work how I thought that worked. Never mind. We are relatively tired. Let's hit the inn. We are not stressed. We're good there. Food-wise, yeah, I need to keep an eye on the food thing. In fact, I think we need to cook here, even though I don't really want to. Eating rations is a big no-no. Stress is so bad. Stress is like so bad. All right, well, game broth. It's not great, but it's something to eat. All right. That did use up all my meat, though, so maybe I do want to buy some. We'll get some chicken. It's cheap and plentiful. Maybe not that much chicken. Okay. We're just zipping around. Go. Complaining about jury duty during jury selection, it's one of two things: jury duty or a contempt charge. There were a couple people, like there was one lady who said she worked for the airport, and she said that my department's been downsized. There's only 2 of us left. I work 10-hour days. We're weeks behind. I've been working, like they let you get on your laptops when you're not in the courtroom. I've been working all day. We're so far behind. I can't make up the time. They picked her for jury duty too. Yeah. Okay, so I'll tell the full story since we're on the topic anyways. So they picked, I was number 28. They picked 26 and 29. 29 was the last person they picked. It was almost me. I actually had something I had to say to the court. There was a tangential, partial, possible relation to what had happened. And I'm wondering if that was like, whew, that was like, okay, well, let's just not get him. That was something that had to be brought up. So I may have lucked out due to something that had happened at work in the previous year. So stressful work situation. I appreciate you. Just say you're a naturalized citizen. They never pick me. Well, I'm pretty sure they can check my citizenship status. Double dipped on the one lady. Oh, that's right, Axe. Yes, you're correct. You're getting lag spikes? It's not my end tonight. Now that doesn't mean it's not YouTube or something else, but I'm not packet dropping, and we're not dropping frames on YouTube at the moment. Good YouTube. Head pats. Stay on good behavior, please. Huge convoy of vehicles. I'm not feeling that one. Perks like let me do my civic duty. The thing is, for me, like where I live, there's a large enough population that I can't believe I was randomly picked. This is my 3rd time in 6 years. I cannot believe that I get picked that often. We cannot have gone through the population here. It feels to me like everyone should have a turn. It shouldn't just be the same person getting picked over and over again. God. Oh no, Axe, you've been infected. My apologies. Big stink landfill. All right, we're just gonna do the quick search, and then we're out. Yeah, leave and go. Okay. City of caravan from Tanaris has arrived. Okay, good to see you. Okay, this is my city. We need med kits, actually. I would actually like those med kits. I can afford 2 of them, sure. Now, do I have anything to sell you? Pre-fall electronics. Yeah, look at that. You guys are right. Is there any reason I would need to save these? Or can I sell these? You can answer that, but I'm going to sell 2 of them anyways. I will definitely do that. That gives my town some money, and then we can buy some more med kits. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Okay. And then drive on. Professional juror. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard. Like, the other thing is, like I said, allegedly I'm getting $10 plus mileage. That won't even pay for the sandwich that they forced me basically to buy because I couldn't go home in the amount of time we had for lunch. You can't drive anywhere because you'll lose your parking space. I don't know. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. Gruesome piles of blood. Well, apparently I'm not allowed to search the corpses because then, you know, I'm not allowed to bury them. So we'll just bury them. We got some virtue. And then they attacked us. But we can beat them. We beat them. Long pork them. This is for pretending to be dead. All right, we got 2 long pork now, so that's at least something. Yes, but shouldn't everyone have a turn there, Ian? I don't want to give out numbers, but I don't live in that small of a place. I just live outside of it. There is no way that we have had that much turnover there. Okay, so this is salvage level 3. So salvage level 3 is the same as a landfill. All of these seem to be the same. So how do I know that this is higher level salvage that we were talking about earlier? Like, they all seem to be 3. Salvage level 3. Okay, here's a 5. Okay, so I guess some of them are different. Just this one is not. All right, in that case, let's just do a quickie. And then right on. All right, take me here. Go. Salvage level is how much in the area. Okay. Okay. This is actually kind of infected here. I don't think we're gonna sit around. We'll drive for now. Now that we have those upgrades, I feel way less bad about driving through those. If we get to like 3/4, we'll slow down. Downed airplane, sure. Let's see if we can get the sandstorm to go away. Scrap and rations. Cool beans. You had jury duty 4 times in 2 years. Limit the suffering. Yeah. Like I said, my current streak is 3 times in 6 years, about every other year. And just riddle me this. The first 2 were my last week of work / first week of summer, both in a row. And then this last one was my last week of break, my first week back. Like, how do you know? Like, that timing's too perfect. Abandoned truck by the side of the road. Yeah, we'll search it. You old but unopened parcels. All right. Is there a stat that gives us better chances to get loot? Because I feel like we're getting better loot from those, like, focus maybe. I feel like our loot's better. Okay, we still have bad metropole. We'll just pay. It's fine. All right, store abundant. Medkits, I don't need those on the road. We have 2 on us. We could use some seafood. Yes. And yes. And yes. Okay, dried chicken, yeah. Medical herbs, yeah. We could sell some water. I don't think we want to. Yeah, nothing else. Bar. Okay, shock troop. I think we're just gonna buy drinks. Buy drink. Confirm. We'll have the chemist do it. Maybe that'll lower her stress. Milsec relation +2. Oh, Milsec. I was reading that as Metropole. Yep. Reading comprehension there. Yep. I have nothing else to say about that. We really could use a sleep. Let's just pay for the room. And I think we're out of here. Okay, so our goal is this spot. Do we want to go this way? 2 of my crew have already been here. Do we have something we could trade? You want ammo, ham, cheese, and ointment. What an evening. Okay, we do have ointment here. Okay, I will do it because there is a trade good. If there wasn't a trade good, I don't know if we would do that. Ointment, buy. Bargain it down. We got it. Okay. In that case, reset. We will hit these 2. We'll go around the woods to Grandma's house. Level 3 means that you can extract stuff 3 times and it regenerates 1 per week. Excellent. Thank you, Rudy. Usually more dangerous equals higher level. That makes sense. Pleaded out during selection, you were dismissed. Yeah, there you go. Okay, and pretty infected. All right, we'll try a hard one. 1,000 fuel. Okay. And not much else. Although 12 pig iron's nothing to sneeze at. I will definitely take that. All right, leave city, drive on. That was a pretty good one. Farms and gas stations are the mid-level danger. So that was the mid one right there. I think that was a gas station, wasn't it? Yeah. We got another 1,500 scrap. At first it seems like there's nothing here, but then you spot a camo tarp. There you go. Part. You can also trade. Yeah, I have seen that. I'm just not interested in much of the trade at the moment. A large rusty boat. Last time we had infected come out. Let's see what we got. Don't find anything. Apparently boats are not lucky for me, is what I'm learning. Chemist likes Mason. There you go. Wasn't Mason the girl who was causing my love triangle problems? I'm pretty sure that was Mason. I thought you two hated each other. That is why there's only one of you left in the truck. First encounter with a cactus patch. Well, you know what? We're swimming in fuel. We'll just burn it. That still feels wrong to me. I really wanted an event where we can collect that. How are we doing on food? Not great, if I'm being honest. Far West gas station. Okay, this is an actual town. No facilities here, but we do have a store. And we are selling ointment. We'll upsell it if we can. Civitas, no. I want my money. Upsell that, please. All right, did not upsell, unfortunately. Building materials, wood, leather. So we can get some mushrooms here. What is our next stop? Probably here. Vegetables, tea, sugar, salt. Vegetables, tea, sugar, salt. I have dried vegetables. Do those count? Probably not. Hey, Rafael Arajo. Thank you for becoming a builder again. Very appreciated, man. Thank you, thank you. I'm sure you already know, but remember you do have early access to the members' first videos. Right now, we've got some more Monster Breeder and, of course, the next Dominions video. I should, knock on wood, be doing some more Monster Breeder recording tomorrow. Hopefully. Okay, so nothing to trade was the long short of that. Let's reset. Let's hit this since we're here. And really, this is what we're gonna do. Finally get back onto that main quest. We have 2 people who are super tired. Let's leave city, but then camp right outside. You normally can't do this if they have an inn, but if they don't, you're allowed to do that. And I think we do need to cook. We gotta cook. We gotta cook, Hunter. Okay, so what does this do, if anything? Inedible food. I don't know why I can't say that word. I totally think that's edible. You could literally just cook up the meat and some veggies and just eat it. I feel personally insulted by that. That's about my level of cooking skills. All right, well, what if we did this? Can I make this better? You do like that. What if I add meat to that? Inevitable. That makes no sense to me. All right, whatever. I'm not gonna fight it. All right, make some soup. And let's just get rid of the junk. Okay. And try. TNG? Yeah, TNG is this week for Friday. Monster Breeder would have been better off not taking the effort with its graphics. Yeah, I would have preferred simpler graphics too. I noticed there are no women in Monster Breeder. Like, there's no female mercenaries or anything. I don't even think there's any in the crowd. So I'm guessing that the dev just didn't have enough. I don't know if he purchased those or made them himself, but I just noticed it's all the same dudes. All right, let's clear that. Okay, and right on. Okay, into the woods. Monster Breeder just reminds you of a bunch of early 2000s abandonware. It does have a vibe. I was never a RuneScape player, but in my mind, I'm like, that's like RuneScape graphics, is what my brain tells me. I am enjoying it. Like, you know, obviously a lot of the games I play, I'm not, ooh, Liquor 4, cha-ching. I'm not in it for the graphics. I do like good looking video games, but they're not a requirement for me. Marksman wants to be friends with Runner. Yeah, sure. We're all friends here. Yeah, I would say my biggest criticism actually of Monster Breeder, I do think it's priced a little too high. I feel like 15 to 20 would have been better. It's 30 if it's not on sale. So I do feel it's a little overpriced. But I've been happy enough with the game. Haven't had any bugs or crashes or anything. So, yeah. People seem to be enjoying it, so he's got something going on there. Just out of curiosity, I'm not much of a platformer or a Metroidvania type person. Are any of you guys Silksong players? You've been enjoying? That's just been sweeping through the gaming landscape this week. Another landfill. Let's search it out. We definitely have some materials to craft. Next time we're in town, I think we're going to take a minute and we'll do a big craft look. All right, where are we at? Oh, another gas station. All right, we will search that thoroughly. Some fuel. Not a very good one there, actually. Silk Song is absolutely ruining AAA. Couldn't happen to a better industry. Yeah. Yeah, things are so out of whack in gaming these last several years. Like, when people are mad that someone provides a good product, you know something's broken. You absolutely know something's mad when people are mad that you're providing a good product. It's the same thing with Expedition 33 and with Baldur's Gate 3. When people in the industry are like, no, you can't provide a good product, it's not fair. That is very telling. That is very telling. The slop mongers are absolutely devastated by the success of those games, and I'm here for it. Doubly so because, well, Baldur's Gate, I believe, was priced at a full game. They didn't have any big DLCs. You could buy the dumb little dice thing. I'm fine with that type of stuff. And they haven't released any DLC to my knowledge. Expedition 33, no DLC, no microtransactions. And in fact, it was 10% off when it launched, so I was very happy with the price. And Silk Song, I'm 99% sure has no DLC. And they even didn't send out early copies because they didn't think it would be fair to their Kickstarter backers. Very good on them. Very good on them. I'm so happy that we're starting to see some of that stuff. It's the same thing like something like Monster Breeder. It's a single dude. I don't mind throwing the money there. Like I said, it's a little overpriced, but it's fine. I don't feel like I'm getting screwed like I do when I buy a AAA game. All right, we will... I really need to fix this faction problem. Okay, let me... It's Metropole, not Milsec. Metropole. Metropole, not Milsec. Metropole. Interact. Buy a drink. Yes. Hunter, you can do it. Okay, we need to do one more if they're still here. They are not. Okay, I don't think we have anything to sell. We don't. Water purifiers are okay. Pheasants. Sure. And some mushrooms. Sure. And rabbit. Sure. You know, now that I think about it, I haven't seen my hares that live in my lawn lately. I hope they're okay. I've got like every cat in the neighborhood coming out trying to eat them. Okay, tires. We haven't even used a single tire. I think we're good there. Sleep, we could use it. Take a standard room. And you know what? We got some level ups. All right. Okay, fishing's what I want. I want a little bit of fishing so we can do that event. And then you have 3 points. Let's just get rid of parched. I'm not gonna have the books for it. Oh, I did. I had some books. Okay, we must have salvaged a few. I don't suppose you're selling books by any chance. No, of course not. Okay, I don't think there's anything else to do here. We still have food. Okay, almost to our destination. See, I don't even hate the concept of DLC, but it has to be of value. Like, for example, I think it's relatively close to being on mark, the DLC we got for Gladius, for example. A little bit pricey, but if you wait for the sale, it's okay. You got an entire new faction that had their own storyline. I was pretty okay with those. Paradox probably is a little on the bad line. It's hard because it's like, for those type of games to exist, they need some continuing support. So I'm okay with that. But what I'm not okay with is when what they are selling me is not of value to me. Like, this is an equal exchange. It's not a charity. So we have definitely been on the bad side of things for quite a while. What I'm excited for, Axe, you can't tell me that Steam isn't thinking about making their own payment processor. They've got to be doing it. There's no way they're not. I'm so hoping that they are. They really need to do it. Either that, or frankly, we need to have more, I'm surprised I would say, more regulation on those companies. They're basically a duopoly, and they need to be treated as if they are a utility. The idea that they can just deny you what you can spend your money on is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. All right, we'll do a big one here. Dust storm. Dust storm. All right, we're not waiting around. I'm so happy that we got that dust storm upgrade. Back in the old days, DLCs were called expansion, and it came with all the good stuff. But we also didn't get as much patch support for most games. Like, I don't disagree. I'm thinking of games like Total Annihilation and its expansions, or Alpha Centauri and its expansion. Those were pretty good value, but man, those games would have been better if they had a little more patch support, you know? I know, Marian. I'm normally, on a bad day, I might say all taxation is theft. I'm just saying, you could argue it with me. I might be able to be convinced, but there are certain things that do need to be regulated in utilities. It's just like with the internet, you know? They can't turn your internet off for something that you say, as long as it's legal, and banks and credit card companies should be the same way. And the scary thing is, it's these other entities that are putting pressure on it in the shadows. It's absolutely ridiculous. A bunch of moral busybodies. Okay, crash plane, recon it. They seem like bad news. No, thank you. No bad news for me. Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri is still amazing. Yes, it is. To this day, it is the only 4X game that I've really enjoyed the story. I still randomly think about the story from Alpha Centauri from time to time. And the factions, back then, having your factions actually be that different was really new. And we also got one of the first games to have the idea of borders. Because before that in Civilization, we didn't have borders. So the AI would just like walk up to your city and plop a city down. It was ridiculous. Or march their military into your lands and then declare war on you. All right, we'll pay the toll. Okay, again, Metropole. You arrive in Metropole. In the earliest days following the fall, no part of the Dustlands could be considered as having a unified leadership. But as the largest city, Metropole was referred to as the capital of the Dustlands, perhaps solely out of desire to maintain some sense of order. Due to its abundant natural resources, the city of Metropole is awash with scrap and building materials, serving as a trading center for all of Dustland's major cities. Due to its huge resources needs, goods are scarce here, but it's a good place for sellers to make a quick buck. Main story complete. Arriving in Metropole, you're greeted by a few of the Dawn's underbosses. They look like bad news. The Dawn invites everyone into a hotel. You follow them in. As soon as you step through the door, you're pinned to the ground with a few burly goons. They got guns pointed at you. What's going on here? The Dawn gives you a chilling smile. The jig's up, rat. You're working for Tanaris, ain't you? You know what? We are. Screw you. The Dawn snaps his finger. His men bring out 2 large boxes. The Dawn points at the box and says, I'll give you a choice, an easy choice. You work for us or you die. Not much of a choice here. You give the Dawn a stiff nod. Seemingly satisfied, he adds, what are you even doing working for a guy like that? He's not going to pay you what he owes, though I think you already know that. Since we met up in Civitas, business has been booming. We've already added 10 cities to our list of clients, and we're getting started. The goons let you stand back up. Still, Tanaris insists on being a pain in our ass. Don't they know it's pointless to try to resist? We've even got guys in Metropole. What are you going to do about them? Tanaris isn't some podunk town like Bucktooth gas station, and a lot of folks there used to be soldiers. We're not looking for a head-to-head slugfest with them. We tried slipping in a mole, but clearly that didn't work out. If we're gonna take down Tanaris, we need to do it quietly, you get me? Quietly? Tanaris does this stupid thing where they vote for their mayor. Ridiculous, I know. Of course, they all end up voting for the same guy every time. Now, what would happen if we gave the voters another option. We'll be sending in our boys to Tanaris, and they ain't gonna be there as conquerors. You get me? A man in a suit and a tie enters the room. You can't quite place him at first, but eventually you realize you've seen him around. This fine fella here is the mayor's director of communication. He's a friend of ours, so to speak. Our friend here will really start to play up the major's grudge against Civitas. We don't negotiate with criminals, don't give them an inch, the whole shebang. And all the while, we'll give our army parked right outside their door. See if the voters don't look for nobody with a little more pragmatic to lead them. Come next election, we'll put one of our own guys on the ballot, and he'll say all the right things, and our friend here will make sure the mayor says all the wrong things. Once our man's elected, we'll have Tanaris in our pockets without firing a single shot. So what's our role? You've got the easiest job. All you gotta do is tell the mayor that we've got something big planned and that this is his last chance to surrender. He's a smart man. With any luck, he'll see the writing on the wall and just give up. Save us all the effort. Got it. All right. Bearer of bad news. Hopefully we can betray these idiots because I don't like them. Babel has a soul. We learned that in this game. Back up here. UFO defense of Diablo were broken. Yep. Dude, I remember my parents driving me home after I got Alpha Centauri, and I opened up the manual. It was like that thick, like no joke. It was about that big and that thick of a manual, and I was so excited. I was so excited to read that manual. I could not wait. Kids used to actually have to read to play video games back in my day. This is why you side with the Dust Wolves. Dust Wolves are honest about what they do. I mean, that's fair. I wrote a juicer in Rifts. I did have a juicer. We played Rifts for like 4 years, so I played mini a character. Okay, what do we want here? So he made me come all the way here just to turn me around and have me go back to Tanaris. That is super annoying. Bar, Metropole, interact, buy drink, yes. Marksman, go do it. Okay, now we're up to at least +1. Yes. So now we won't have to pay the fee every time. Store, library, inn. Okay, we're pretty rested. All right, let's look at the crafting stuff. What I want is another good gun. All right, pipe gun. Craft. Confirm. And then... what was the thing I needed? This right here. Standard pistol needs a musket. Craft, confirm. Okay. And then the bolt action needs the pistol, a steel pipe. Craft, confirm. Okay. Cha-ching. We need that back in our city. We need that in our city real bad. The cruddy gun we gave him just isn't cutting it, like we saw in that last combat. We probably also need a second person defending the walls, if I'm being honest. Projectiles also might not be a terrible idea, but let's do that when we get closer to being back in town. Rain impact, I do like the idea of fixing that, but we don't have any of the stuff needed. Okay, if we had a tarpaulin, if we had a mud proofing. Okay, mud proofing is in weather, no, is in terrain. Mud proofing, we need more connectors. A buoyancy device? I don't know how many rivers we deal with at the moment. Heat proofing. Yeah, a lot of this is... I would like this winch. Again, we just don't have the stuff. Extra hole. I'm not too worried about that. Range might be useful. We could do a screen window, I guess. A windscreen bracket. Needs a barrier. I'm gonna leave this alone for now. All right, melee. We want to go up to another katana. We don't have anywhere near. Okay, yeah, we just don't have enough. The gun basically emptied us out again. Hire a second garrison. I just need a person, so it may have to be her temporarily, but yeah, we just need more people. You like the Coalition War Machine? It was an interesting setting. It was an interesting setting. The war on Tolkien was pretty interesting. It got a little weird later in the books, but yeah, it was pretty good. The compatibility of Palladium books. Yeah, we played a little bit of actual Palladium, like the fantasy setting, and a little bit of the Heroes one, and a little bit of Mutants in Space, but Rifts was definitely our main thing. Yeah, those were good old days. Okay, I don't think there's much else I want to do here other than check the store. Books. We really need books. I think I'm willing to invest pretty hard into that. They're not even that heavy. Yeah. Then I can't. Well, that's fine. Let's try to bargain it. We bargain failed. Okay. Any other jobs, since we were heading way onto the other side of the world? Northern Lookout. We could do that. We could do that. All right. I'll take that. Western Gas Station. Okay, that's going to be on our return trip. Deliver container. Yep. Wise woman. Okay, self-procured. I'm less interested. A goon. Shaman. Broker. Wheat in Holywood. Where's Holywood? Not where I'm gonna be. Salesperson. More wheat stuff. There are a lot of people here. Charcoal. And service unit. Southern. Okay. I think we got what we got. All right. So reset. I think we're just gonna beeline that. So take me to like here. And let's stay out of the swamp. We'll hit that and then that. Mutants and Masterminds was cool. Nice, yeah. Palladium, yeah, that's another company that just had weird. They had like, didn't somebody like one of the partners like stole all their money and I don't know. They were just like a drama company. Slice says, like, comment, and subscribe. Join if you can. It's worth it. Thank you, Slice. Don't make Babel rely on jury duty money. They have still not paid me my $10. I'm just saying. Bruh grilled cheese fries are great if you let them sit for like 4 hours. I thought you were actually talking to Bruh. I was like, oh, I didn't see him come in. Okay, report. We got a lot of XP for that. Let's actually take a second look at that. What are we doing here? We were working on speech some more. We're always happy, so we're not leveling up our speech, so I am gonna spend points on it. It's fine. All right, chemist was working on intellect, and I think we're good on that, so probably time for some more crafting. Yeah, she's our main crafter. Marksman. All right, we got the fishing. I think we're gonna kind of add some utility here. I don't know if going one point of focus is gonna change much. Could also do our cooking. Who's our best cook? 6, 11, 8, 13. Okay, you are not gonna be the best cook. All right, let's do... We'll get the foraging up next. All right, you're an optimist. You have 1 point. let's try to get her at least like one interesting trait. Yeah. And then we'll work from there. All right, and we're gonna drive during the dust storm because I'm just reckless like that. Huge pack of cactus, we'll burn it. I also should probably recheck. Okay, fuel good, water okay, ammo good, food probably okay. Okay, tires fine. Notice we haven't lost any tires since we did those upgrades. Very nice on that. I also, just because I like to tempt fate, we are not quite 2 hours in, and I haven't dropped a single frame yet. Knock on wood. Maybe. I would be so happy. I would be so happy. I just want to be able to get on and have fun with you guys and not have to think about that. A large rusty boat. All right, you full of zombies? You sure are. Quick battle. Get out of my way, zombie. Not even worth eating. Northern Lookout. We made our delivery. We got paid very handsomely for it. All right, what do you got? Building. Oh, spices. Spices. I'm gonna invest pretty heavily into spices. Organ that. We failed. That's okay. Ooh, venison. That's crazy. I'll take 10 of that. And probably need some more mushrooms. Okay. Actual pork. I don't know if we're that rich. All right, bar. Okay, nothing there. Nobody has anything I want. All right, I think we're just out. We could use a sleep. Let's just do it. 80's not that bad. Raining lightly. I guess we could cook while we're here. Okay, so if we did mushrooms, chicken, and a spice. Meat stew with mushrooms. I'm down. Do it. What if we add water and add that? Whoop. Meaty mushroom stew. Bulk it. There we go. I used up all the spices. Oh, no, I didn't. Okay, we're all right. Again, bulk, yes. And then we ran out of mushrooms, bulk. Ran out of meat, bulk. All right, there we go. Plenty of food, map. All right, we're heading to that. We're on our way out of here, so then we'll head here, here, and then there. Go. Internet via aqueduct. Yeah, what is the bandwidth of paper boats in a river? Someone wants to check that for me. How many bytes worth of data can we get on one paper boat? That's how my old internet used to feel. Landfill. We'll do a quickie, I think. Thank you very much, and go. Meyer Ming. Several terabytes you put the. That's true. That's true. We could actually put USB cards on it. What if we can only use the paper though? Show off your hunting skills. Hey, we finally can do it. 5 more rabbits. There you go. Now let's get the fishing event. Make all my skill points worth something. Yeah, the latency would be pretty high. Pretty high. The packet loss too. Data transmission via carrier pigeons. Well, that's like, oh, I can't think of the name of it. So one of the first long distance communication systems was it went from France, Paris in France, somewhere to the south. And it was basically like these giant towers they built, and they basically had like cue cards or flags. And so you could send a message, and like one tower would see it, and then they'd relay it to the next tower, and it would go through. And it was one of the first instances where somebody was using that to cheat the stock market. What they would do is they would pay the guy at the beginning to accidentally make mistakes, and the mistakes were his encoded message. So he could buy futures on shares with knowledge that nobody else had. Just a little bit of trivia there for you. Pretty interesting story. Scammer's gonna scam. Heliograph? I don't remember. It wasn't via light. They were using like flags or boards that they were turning. Very slow, but compared to a lot of things, very fast. It's kind of like in America, we always talk about the Pony Express. The Pony Express only lasted for like a year. Like, it wasn't actually that big of a deal, but people are like obsessed with it. It's got like a weird romanticized version, I guess. I mean, it was cool, but I don't know. It wasn't that big of a deal. First encounter with a car camp. All right, recon them. They don't seem dangerous. Cool. Trade. Fuel's fine. Tires are fine. You know what? I'll take the ammo. There you go. Stop to prevent damage. We're not super infected. Sure. We'll just take a quick snooze. And off we go. Also, our city's been stockpiling ore for a while. I believe we can use that to make ammo. All right, a repair shop here. Now, I don't think we have a... Oh, we do have a 4K. I'm just debating that. If I do that, we're broke again, then I can't buy trade goods. I don't think I'm going to do that. I do want to kind of buy some trade good stuff. In fact, where are we and where are we going? All right, we have water, books, rubber, canned fruit. We have water, not books, rubber, canned fruit. All right, so water would be the choice here. Store water. I'm actually going to overbuy a little bit because I think we might actually need some water. We'll sell off like 50 of that. All right, a bunch of other stuff I don't care about. All right, reset and head on out. Go. Gotta love market fraud, a tale as old as time. Robots say that the aqueduct bandwidth is about 0.1 to 0.2 megabytes per second. Well, there you go. There you go. Need somebody with 25 crafting to make the ammo from the ore. Good to know. Some jerk has set up a barricade in the middle of the road. You see wrecks of all the cars. All right, well, pay the fee. Cleaned it out. Romans invented Where Z. I find it crazy that some of the Roman roads that they built are still in use today. That's quality. And yet somehow they can't get the road outside my house not to have a pothole 5 minutes after they work on it. Really gets the old noggin jogging. You have arrived in Iron Bucket. All right, you guys needed water. We're not buying it, we're selling it. I'm gonna sell 50, try to upsell it. We got it. Cool. Bar. We can't hire anyone at the moment, which is why I'm not looking too closely. I'm just... No, you're a dust wolf. I'm just eyeing if there's anybody that has a mission I want. In Industry City. We've not been on that side of the map yet. Harp Grove needs furniture. No, no, no. All right. Around the stinky mountains. Around the forest. And there. Go. All the big Roman roads were sloped outwards to prevent water from pooling out. Yep. Well, and they actually like dug down far enough so that you would have a solid foundation to your road and you weren't just on top of other dirt, which causes a lot of problems. Crazy, you know, when you actually, you know, build things to last. Romans didn't put a bunch of utility pipes. Dude, one of the main roads in my town was having some like minor utility work done. That started like 4 years ago. They're just now starting to finish the project. They like opened it up and found that it was so bad and messed up that they basically had to rip the entire road out, like a main artery road, put in all new utilities, water, sewer, probably power and internet, and then redo the entire road. So it was supposed to be like a 3-month project and turned into like a 3-4 year project. Ridiculous. All right, we'll search it. 34 ammo. Cool. Shady Bend military base. All right, we'll chance this one. Go for the bigger rewards here. Bunch of ammo. Very nice. I feel like we're pretty well stocked on ammo at this point. All right, she needs one more point if we're gonna get a trait. Truck is stopped to prevent damage from the dust storm. I think we're just fine, game. Thank you. I do like having that pause, but maybe I don't need to do that anymore. We're not even in a bad dust storm season. First encounter with infected traveler. Well, here you go. Got the clothes for you, brother. Enjoy. Zombie pants. Okay, this is just a normal landfill. Okay, and you know what? We'll do a big one. I'm not as scared as I was of the zombies before. We're pretty well kitted out. So, on the road again. We are getting pretty tired. Yeah, hopefully we can just make it there. Sleep in town. Out of curiosity, what have chatters been playing lately? I didn't see too many people say anything about Silksong, which actually kind of surprised me. Maybe not. Maybe that's not my audience. Like I said, I don't hate those games. I just not a huge platform person. Spot a billow of exhaust. Check it. Car's driving too fast. Okay. Evil Genius 2. Has that improved? I had a friend who was super into that, and he was so disappointed when it came out. He said it was so bad. It needed a bunch of patches to get fixed up. Yeah. I think as we've all proved, I do not have the reflexes I used to when it comes to gaming. I think Claire Obscure showed that quite poignantly. All right, step one, we are definitely taking a room. What's our food situation? It's fine. We are really heavy into scrap at the moment. I think we're looking for another upgrade. It's 1,200. I actually don't have enough unless we wanted to do whole. I don't want the max crew, if I'm being honest. I would need a little bit more. We don't really have anything to sell at the moment. I kind of want to go for that upgrade. It's going to be a little bit painful to do, but yeah, do we have any? Yeah, that's a good point. We don't have our cores on us. I think we're just going to keep going. So that does tell me I would like to do one more delivery if possible. Road construction. Not a good one. I really wish escape would take you out of this menu. it does not. Okay, I think that's the same one we looked at. Hitman, you're a dust wolf, huckster, moss pond. We've been there before. That's really far away. I don't think so. We could do it, but it's so bloody far away. Moss pond again. No faction. Hope Hill. Again, not really where we're going. Okay, kind of a wash there. Okay, we slept. You have charcoal, fuel. You need wood. You don't sell wood, though. We know that. Yeah, this is one of those bad spots. All right, there's nothing for it. We're heading here. I think we're going to drop off marksman for now. Just at least temporarily. I have a gun to drop off, too. I guess I could give it to her. I should probably actually give that to her. We also should probably make a scope. Now that I'm thinking about it. That was a pretty cheap sight. That was a pretty cheap little upgrade. There we go. 1 point. More foraging. Okay, let's reset. We're gonna head here. We'll pop that. And back to our town. Go. Recently beat Rogue Trader. Wow, how long did it take you to beat Rogue Trader? I actually broke down the other day, Kirk, and I watched just like a little bit of the beginning of the game. I really want to do that on the channel, but that goes back to the question about Wushu games. Do I have time for a 100+ hour RPG? Probably not. Probably not. Don't they also have like one more DLC coming out? I kind of want to wait till it's complete because I'm only ever going to have time to play it once. So I kind of need to wait for all the... it's a lot of reading. Did you watch my Wandering Sword playthrough? Not very streamer friendly. Probably not. Probably not. I wouldn't have time to personally play it if I don't do content on it though. It's the nature of the beast, unfortunately. A little bit. It's weird how like your perspective shifts when you're making content. Like last night I actually didn't make anything. Work was an absolute shit storm. It was horrible. It was really horrible. I was so burned out. I just played some Stellaris all evening, and that's the first time I've just played something in weeks. In weeks. It's very strange how that changes. And hey, bruh, you hate dust. It's coarse and rough and irritating and gets everywhere. Oh man, that must be rough in the Dustlands. Anything that's not an ADHD riddled mess is not streamer friendly. Well, I think I proved I don't exactly pick things that are popular. It's weird, but like the games I think nobody's gonna care about have been the things that have kind of done the best. House of Legacy, I literally just didn't know what to stream that day. And I was like, oh, that looks cool. I'll do that today and then I'll figure out what to do later. My most popular piece of content I've done. Monster Breeder, another one I was like, I hope a couple hundred people check this out. It's doing pretty good. It's not crazy, but it's doing pretty good. Dominions, the staple of the channel. Another one that I was just like, I hope it does all right. All right, we'll do a full search here for the food. Bunch of scrap and some rations. You know, let's check the trade. We hardly ever come in here. Selling fruit. Not super excited about anything else, though. Yeah, not super excited. You know what? We could buy more of this stuff somewhere else. Let's sell those. Okay. And leave. Go. Stream some more astronauts. I think I'm done with the current playthrough, Marian. Enough annoyances had built up, and I learned enough new things that I would want to start again. I think I'll wait for the next big patch. The UI thing towards the end was really getting to me. Part of that may have just been my annoyance at my connection problems, and so we had like a compounding problem, but that UI was starting to get to me. It really, really needs that UI to be fixed. And while I thought the story was cool for having 2 characters, I got 2 characters too soon. I don't think next time I'll do it until I have a livable ship. So there's a lot less micromanagement I need to do. That was starting to get a little annoying. It was in this weird spot where, like, they're just independent enough that you don't really want to micro them 100%, but they're not good enough to keep themselves alive. So that's an awkward place to be. I had a lot of fun with it though, so I'm definitely going to go back. I think that's definitely I need to wait for the next patch to come out on that one. Submit your title for your thesis. Nice. It was supposed to be submitted yesterday. You forgot the document. I warned you, bruh. I asked you if you had a due date. I warned you. Hopefully it went okay, even though you were a day late. I was a horrible procrastinator when I was in college. I've always been a horrible procrastinator. I've actually gotten better post-college. I was I would get my stuff together, but I would always write my paper like the day before it was due. It was not a good habit to be in. Let's recon these guys out. Merchants, sure. I don't honestly think we need anything. Well, we've used up tires. We'll take the tires. Sure. Yeah, the other thing is like people were hounding me on. Next time we will try to find an earlier forever ship, and we will save fusion parts. I just knew I had too much to learn in that other playthrough. It was never going to happen. Starlight City. Home sweet home. Okay, step 1. I would really like it if we had another defense member here. So, yeah, assign. It's going to be you. If your city's attacked, I can defend it. All right, so hopefully that'll go well. We definitely could also get her a melee weapon like he has. He has some points. All right, we said that the focus helps with shooting. Let's put in, that's a 2-pointer. Let's get him to like 20. Also, it's a little weird that my town plays banjo music. I'm just saying. Cool. Okay, that's step 1. Depot. I don't think I have anything I'm dropping off. In fact, I want 3 cores. And I want some water. How much do I have? I have 65. Again, pretty high on the water. Scrap. Actually, hold on. If we just take the scrap from here, I don't need that much. Give me like 1,000. We can go do our upgrade right off the bat. We have a lot of wheat. Okay, so it's a little annoying I can't have them defend and work a job. I mean, I guess this is fine, but I wish I could have her craft, but I also need the defense. Having to spend 2 med kits per attack is not good. That's pretty bad, actually. We'll remember to sleep this time, and definitely not that long. We'll do like 4 hours. Okay, we're good. And then the dust storm comes in, of course. I don't have a melee weapon at the moment. Maybe we could craft one. I guess we could do a bat, if nothing else. Metal club. I guess they're the same. All right, there we go. All right, better than nothing at least. Hey, Wolf. How am I doing? I'm doing okay. Better than yesterday. We had a really rough day at work yesterday. Just everything's broken. Like, imagine the "this is fine" meme, except for it's not fine. That's how yesterday basically went for me. What? Oh, hey, what are you gonna study, Wolf? Yeah, we've had a couple people. Bruz working on his thesis, and Merrily Fish is just finishing up his internship for his, I believe it was his PhD. He's doing like museum work, which is pretty cool. You have a PhD and now you're applying for a master's. Oh, okay. If you don't mind me asking, what's your degree in? I have a BS in business is what I have. Feels like BS sometimes, let me tell you. Kind of easier to go back. When I was done with school, I was done with school. I was just tired of the atmosphere, and I was broke. I was so broke, so I didn't really have a choice at that time. Electrical engineering, nice. Oh, that's right. Yeah, you did tell me that, Wolf. Physics. I do remember that. Have you worked in anything that you've actually used your degree, out of curiosity? So many people nowadays, we get all these degrees and then we never are able to actually use them. Nope. Yep. Yep. Sigh. Trying to be sparky. Okay, upgrade. Map. Alright, this is where we need to go for our next piece of quest. We can go up or down. It's probably faster to go up. I do want to go somewhere that has repairs. Okay, you have repairs. Alright, let's not be fancy here. Let's just go up here. I don't even really want to stop in town, frankly. There, apart. Yeah, Intel is not doing very hot. We were talking about this the other night, but it just really feels like just everything has gone to crap the last, let's say 5 to 10 years. Everything has just been crap. It feels just like it's everything. Just everything. Oh, hey, you enjoy gaming? Ha! Well, we'll see what we can do to make everything miserable about it. Nothing will work. Everything will be overpriced. We'll have Windows updates that brick your machine. We'll have NVIDIA updates that brick your machine. Oh, hey, we produced a bunch of CPUs that don't work properly. We produced a bunch of video cards that we forgot to add the ROPs to properly. Like, just everything. I think part of it is people just don't care anymore about just anything. And so nobody actually puts any effort into anything. And everyone suffers for it. Like, maybe it's, you know, 2020, or not even 2020, maybe it's like rose-colored glasses looking back. But like the idea of like taking pride in your work, whatever you were doing, doesn't feel like most people do that nowadays. Now it's like, what can I get away with at the bare minimum? And just everything is like that. Everything is bare minimum. You've arrived in wheat stock. I don't think we need to actually do anything here. I don't want to spend my money because I want that upgrade. So we're just carry on. No, I think we're going to pass on that one. The question is, which of the upgrades should we get? Because we can afford one expensive upgrade. Fuel efficiency could be good, but we're really not struggling on fuel, frankly. Extra weight. I mean, we are a little overweight as it is. Maybe weight is probably what I'm gonna go. Yeah, good timing, bruh. You couldn't have timed it better. You arrive in Tanaris, the mayor bolts up his chair. Before you say anything about the last advance, that's not why we're here. He listens to you relay Civitas' ultimatum. The mayor's face grows pale. We can't let Civitas go through with this. You haven't seen how the people under their rule suffer. I lived through the fall. I've witnessed the chaos, the violence, the worst of what humanity is capable of. We founded Tanaris to carve out a little slice of order and safety in this hellscape. We can't let Civitas destroy that. Please help us. Oh, interesting. I'm actually locked out of saying no. Be choice. Also, I appreciate the game letting me know that. Yeah, we're definitely helping Tanaris. I'm in. As much as the mayor's been jerking you around on payment, Tanaris maintains order and democracy in the Dustlands, and it's a lot better than the alternative. You explain Civitas' plot to the mayor and his staff, hoping it's not too late to stop it. Thank you. I know I haven't been fair to you and that I haven't given you your due, but I assure you, you picked the right side. Civitas thinks they hold all the cards, but the idiots forgot the crux of their plan lives in our city. Let's pay that rat communications director a visit. He might have something interesting to say about his new friends. Let's go. All right, but before that, let's go to the repair shop. Okay. Oh, never mind. We can't even afford the fuel one. So, comfort, storage, tires, crew. I think it's got to be either crew or storage. If you guys need help making a connection, you can both join my Discord and then use that to send a message through Discord. That helps you out. Nothing wrong with extra firepower. Orange symbol. Okay, just make sure you guys do it in a private message. Don't dox yourself. Okay, nobody seems to have an opinion on this. I'm leaning heavily towards crew because I kind of want to have a fourth member, and then we need room to ferry people around, or storage. I think either one would be really good. The extra storage would let me haul things around a little easier for new... there's a link to my Discord in my channel info if you need to find it. If you go through YouTube and go to channel info. All right, I'm gonna go crew. Nobody had an opinion on that. Pretty happy about that. Now we can have a fourth and a spare seat. What else? All right, I think we're going to continue with the mission. So, communications director. The communications director gives you a well-practiced smile when he sees you come in. We were just talking about you, Mr. HR. I was wondering when you'd come visit me. I don't believe we've ever been properly introduced. Have you handled that business of our mutual friend? The only thing that's getting handled is you, punk. Before he can respond, the mayor bursts through the door, flanked by several armed guards. The director's fake smile freezes in shock. Before he can reach for the gun in the drawer, the burly older soldier smashes him hard in the face with a rifle butt. Spitting out blood, a perfectly polished tooth, he screams, "Do you have any clue what you're messing with? My friends in Civitas are sending an army. When they hear what you did to me, they'll gun you down." You know what? I'm gonna hit him too. The mayor puts his hand to stop you. Leave the dirty work to us. He gives a curt nod to two of his men. One of them holds the director's hand in place. The other yanks out a fingernail with a sickening squelch. The director squeals, I'll talk. The soldiers ignore him and move on to the next fingernail. His chilling screams echo through the building. Okay, that got dark. Okay, that got real dark. Tell us about their forces. How many men do they have? One false word and we'll take an entire finger. We'll move on to the toes. The mayor's voice sends shivers down your spine. I'll tell you the truth, I swear. Civitas is sending an army. They want to scare people of Tanaris into voting for someone that'll negotiate with them. They've set up rally points at Industry City, True Blue Rest Stop, and Western Gas Station. The director provides the full details of Civitas forces. Back at the city hall, the mayor convenes his key staff to discuss strategy. Though the director claimed that their only goal is to put pressure on Tanaris, the army he described would be enough to raise the city. Things are getting serious. Our only hope is to start fortifying the city. There it is, it spiked. It did, Ian. It did a little. I hate to ask another favor of you, but we need to help us recon the rally points. We'll take out any troops that are already gathered there. No problem. All right, we have 3 main stories to go. So locate. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we got some distance to travel. You know, we can knock that one out pretty easily. Okay, we need to sleep. No, we had a little bounce, not the normal behavior. So hopefully that was it. Hopefully that was it. I didn't even see the packet loss, so that's a good sign. Okay, I'm on to you, internet. Stay cool, man. I want to be able to say that we had a good stream. You got to hold out for like 40 minutes. You can do it. I believe in you. Okay, I don't think we have much else to do here, frankly. How's our food situation? It's okay. It's okay. Hey, Est. Hey, man, just wanted to say I found your channel through the Tale of Immortal gameplay videos. Been binging it, enjoying the content. Have a great day. Well, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Glad you're enjoying it. If you like the Tale of Immortal, make sure to check out Wandering Sword if you like the themes. Another really long play. Okay, I don't think there's anything I want to do here. This, we already know we have nothing to trade to the north. Really annoyingly. We still are showing a mission here. What is our other mission here? What is our other mission here? Turn the lights back on. Okay, no, that's something different. Birthright. Okay, we're still working on it. Okay, so we need to do these 3. Where's this? That's the one we want. Okay. Map. Clear. Take me there. Go. Now, we're doing okay on everything. Tires are getting a little low, but other than that, we're fine. Recon it. They don't seem like dangerous folks. Okay, we don't need to rest. You know, let's chat about cooking. Tell me a new recipe. Tea braised mushrooms. I'm not so sure on that one. Are there any food spoilage? No spoilage. Yeah, that would make this so ridiculously hard. One of the settings that you could turn on is you have to pay your crew. That's another setting that I feel would just make this game absolutely miserable. It would be so hard to make sure you like have the scrap on you when you need to pay them. That would be horrible. Search our truck. You find a few old but unopened parcels, some scrap and some rations. Tea what with what mushrooms? Yeah, it was kind of like have you guys ever had tea eggs? It's like a hard-boiled egg that was done in like tea water. I didn't like those. They had those in a lot of hotels when I was in China. I like hard-boiled eggs and I like tea, but I don't like hard-boiled eggs that were done in tea. I don't know, there was just something weird about them to me. Caravan from Crude Town. Okay, this is town. I don't really need anything. We have an absolute crap ton of ore. Let's sell some of this off. Like, we're never gonna get through this anytime soon. Whatever gets me down to like base price. Yeah, let's sell that. Milk and fuel. I think that's whatever. All right, keep going. Milk tea, you'd have a bang overnight. That's kind of like, some people like there's like it's like mushroom coffee. It's not real coffee, it's just mushrooms. Some people really like it. I wasn't a fan. Okay, rally point 2. You arrive at the gas station out in the desert to find another Civitas rally point. The mercs have set up a massive camp in the hills. Their weapons and vehicles look to be in good shape, and the soldiers seem really well organized and highly motivated. Considering the size and state of the force, fighting them might not be an option. Trying to negotiate? You enter the camp, surprisingly unopposed. The sentry at the gate gives you a polite bow and leads you through the camp to the commander's tent. The commander of the mercs is dressed in a neat, well-fitting uniform. He has a dashing smile and an easy of smug charm about him. A far cry from any mercenary you've ever met. Gesturing towards the table he has set up in his tent, he beckons you to take a seat. Coffee or tea? How did he know? How did he know that's what we were talking about? Let's talk business. I'll get straight to the point. I know you've been sent by Tanaris. The commander pulls out a box of cigars from under the table, expertly cutting one with his combat knife as he continues to speak with you. Firstly, an introduction. We're Crossbones Tactical Solutions. You might have heard of us. If we were types to leave any survivors, we're the best goddamn mercs in the Dustlands. If we get hired to take down a city, that city's getting taken down. He lights his cigar and takes a slow puff, but I don't get into this business for the snazzy uniforms. It's all about money, baby. What do you propose? Well, I could ask you for money, but I've got a better idea. We're probably going to spend money on booze anyway, so why not cut out the middleman? You bring us 10 cases of liquor, and we'll be gone like the wind. The commander stands up to leave without looking back to you. It'll probably take you a minute to gather that. I'll give you time to think about it. We'll think about it. Do we know any place that produces booze? I assume there must be some town. But what town? I do not know off the top of my head. What is it specifically he wants? At the True West gas station. Oh, what? You're not going to tell me what it is? Okay, well, it was... That's super annoying. 10 liquor, specifically liquor, not wine, liquor. Okay, not yet. Yep, you probably will regret that, bruh. You probably will regret that. Liquor. If anyone knows a town that sells the liquor, I'm very open to that. I'm just gonna... They're buying liquor. Somebody must produce it somewhere. Dried vegetables. Nada. Nope. Books up here. That could be handy. Tea. I really hope that's not something I have to like scavenge up. That'd be really annoying. Because we have only ever found whatever I have on me. We've never found any others. That's not liquor. That's not liquor. That's not liquor. I may have to just look this up between streams. I don't know how long I want to spend searching for it. Wood. He's having issues joining the Discord. Asking him to verify even though he's logged in. I don't think that's anything I can do on my side. People are joining okay, and that is the link. So that's something to do with Discord itself. I have problems with Discord if I try to log in via a web browser. I always have to go through the app itself for myself. Because there shouldn't be anything on my end. I don't block anything. It's all open up. End of the road gas station. Thank you, James. Do you have a hint on where I might find that? Oh, we could search. We can search. Oh, we can search by goods. Okay. Double thank you. Liquor has search. Oh, apparently a lot of places have liquor? Oh, maybe they just don't have it at cheap. Okay, interesting. End of the road. How about makes? I'm guessing that's going to show that. Wrath Mountain, Plague Zone, Flower Hills, sanctuary. Zone. All right, get me back to Has. Search. Into the road gas station. Thank you very much. This guy. That's a lookout. Desert. Into the road gas station. Okay. So that's actually really close. I think we might go do that. Yeah, let's go do that. That's easy enough. All right, so we're gonna need to... Now you actually have wood, right? Can I sell that here? I can. All right, let's get that. So store abundant wood. Bargain it down. Confirm. Go map. Go around the woods to here. Go. Asking you to verify your email. That's something on Discord's end, not my end, unfortunately. I'm glad you guys were able to make the connection at least. There's a demand for liquor in every town. I know, it's just crazy. Tornado, we're gonna keep driving. We took damage. Womp womp. Been a while since our truck actually got damaged. What do you guys think about the new UI for comments? I actually haven't noticed, if I'm being honest, but I mostly am in YouTube Studio, not on main YouTube when I'm looking at comment stuff, so mine hasn't looked any different. Oh no, and now we're getting some of the lag. Dang it, we almost did it, guys. We made 2.5 hours before we had some. All right, hang on, I want a picture. I will say, it seems like we've been improving. It's been less bad the last couple days. Now, is that happen chance? I don't know. I don't know. No, that one's my end. It wasn't earlier, but it is now. Yeah, it's very frustrating. Okay, we came here. We're gonna sell the wood. No, not buy wood. Sell wood. Machaca Dominion's game having internet problems. Is yours due to a faulty cable? Maybe we live on the same tree. At one point they found a cracked cable, but that did not seem to resolve my issue. And it wasn't on me. There's something within my node, like the area that seems to cause intermittent interference. It's definitely not on my property or my road. That's all I can tell you. And they just seem very uninterested in actually getting it fixed. They keep telling me how much time they've spent on it, and I'm like, I don't care, fix it. That's not my problem. You provide service, I give money. That is the deal that we have with each other. Okay, next stop is way down here. Is really losing ping is what it is. I already lost my sight. I need you to end of the road. Bucktooth. Why did I already lose that? I need makes. We need liquor. Search. It has search. Oh, this, hold on, this has liquor? Let's try this. This is actually closer. Let's try that and see if that works. It's just so much closer. Even if it doesn't, it's not that much of a out of the way. Find that well of misery. Well, let me tell you, I'm feeling the well of misery. Yeah, last time we were having problems, it started at 7:20. Now tonight it is 8:20. So, and that's the thing. It's just intermittent. Like, if it was always happening, I assume it would be relatively easy to track it down. But the fact that it's so bloody intermittent, it's just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Okay, trade. We'll take the tires again. And drive on. Is the well of misery aging you? It definitely feels like it. It does. It's hard to have fun on stream when I'm worried about my connection issues, and I know that you guys aren't getting a great experience out of it either. Like, that little blip we had earlier, we had a couple hundred frame drop, which isn't great, but it's whatever. Right now, we just got 7,000. In this last couple minutes when we've just started having problems. Okay, road ahead is sickly looking fog. We are fleeing that. We do not need to get wounded by that. Marksman had a good time with the toxic fog event. Okay, that's a little different. Arrived at Rower's Rest. Place has been abandoned. Okay, so trade, negotiate, liquor. Okay, we need 6 liquor. Can I afford 6? No. Okay, so we need 2,100. Is there anything I have that is sellable? We could sell them some ammo, but that's not, we need scarce things. They like charcoal or canned fruit. Charcoal or canned fruit? Charcoal. Okay, let's make a trade run here. Ammo, medkit, ointment. Okay, you sell ammo. We'll buy ammo, we'll sell ammo, we'll buy charcoal, we'll sell charcoal. A stream is stuttering worse than when you're giving a speech in front of people. Yeah, it's in its bad mode at the moment. It's whatever my first ping, whatever my first node I connect out of my like local, it's my ISP's node, and something is causing interference there. And of course, you know, if you can't make it past the first node, everything is gonna look bad after that. Yep. And that's just totally random. Hopefully that just clears up. Like, it's like it has a little mini stroke. Now the question is, are we done with the stroke, or are we gonna go into a full grand mal seizure here? Yep. And I can still see it doing stuff. Man. Okay. Trade. Negotiate. They're selling cheap ammo. Alright, we'll buy 60 ammo. And I'm actually trying to make money, so we'll try to bargain it. Alright, map. We want to go here and then there. Actually, reset. We want to go here and then there. Go. Starting to look normal-ish. Yeah, well. That's just so ridiculous. That is so ridiculous. Well, they've definitely earned themselves another phone call tomorrow. So, just gonna keep doing it. I'm just gonna keep doing it until we get this fixed. Spot a few unopened wooden crates scattered up ahead. We will search them. Break open a crate and find some supplies. And we found some more ammo. That's not terrible. We might be able to sell that. Okay, we don't want to do that. Set out. We are really tired, I just realized. We might, well, we're not in a swamp or anything. We'll just stop and sleep if we have to. No, it's me, bruh. It's definitely me. Okay, our city is under attack. All right, hopefully now, with our newly added defense here, volley. We need to try to get these guys down to 34. We're not going to quite make it before they get into melee. 45. Not quite. Hunter was wounded. Of course you were. All right. That could have been worse. How did we get attacked with a 1%? All right, we're gonna have to camp and sleep. I didn't catch that when we were in town. And if we're gonna do that anyways, do this. Apparently I messed that up again and made inedible food. All right, let's do it properly this time. I still maintain that should be edible. I'm just saying, that should be edible. You could eat that. We have too many picky eaters in this truck. Yep, Marian, I have no other options. This is literally the only wired connection in my area. I used to have like a wireless provider and it was terrible. On a really, really good day, you could get 500 kbs. I get over 500 MBs on this connection, just to put that in perspective. And what's bad is, it's not even a bandwidth issue. Like if I go do a speed test, I have a good connection. It's packet loss on the upload is specifically my problem. And it's why the company just doesn't care, basically. Lone traveler on the side of the road waves you down. Sure. We've never been ambushed by that person yet. I'm sure it'll happen at some point. Western gas station. Okay, so we need to sell some ammo. We can sell quite a bit of this. We're kind of going around with a lot. Nope. I would like to sell first. All right, then we need to buy charcoal. We'll do 60. Try to. Okay, that's what we needed from here. We can actually use another sleep. Let's do that. Okay. Then we turn right back around and go buy the liquor. All right, well, this one wasn't too bad. I bet you the other two will probably be something similar. I'm gonna take a shot at that. I'm also, by taking all these screenshots, I'm kind of prepping myself if I need to make an FCC complaint. I'm kind of getting to that point. My annoyance level is kind of peaking. You arrive at an abandoned bridge covered in a sea of wrecked vehicles. Navigate. Damage our hull. We need to repair our hull too. We've taken a couple little hits to that. Rip, there you are. Yeah, I'm just in packet lost land at the moment. Not great. In fact, I think maybe when we get to town here, we're only a few minutes early. I might just call it because it doesn't seem like it's going to be clearing up here. Grumble, grumble. We almost made it. I was so happy. It does seem like it's happening less often, but once is too much. It's ridiculous. Rear hatch is open. Scarce. Sell. All right, sell off our charcoal. Upsell it. Did not. All right, then we need to buy liquor. We need 6 of these. Bargain it. Did not. Okay, let me double check. We should have 10 liquor. We do. All right, let's do this and then maybe we'll call it here. So let's get this mission done. Zip over here. Go. It's smooth now. Hang in there. Yeah. 20,000 lost frames. I stream at 60 a second, if that just puts perspective how much we've lost. And it is still losing some right now. Yeah, just absolutely ridiculous. Is a front of your truck on fire? No, it's just hot. We're in summer season. Actually, we should probably change out our compartment parts. Yeah, it's me, James. It's definitely me. I'm running ping plotter on my other screen so I can see what's happening, and it's the same thing I always see, so I'm not surprised. No feeding the dog. Ironically enough, once we're done with stream, YouTube actually does an okay job kind of stitching things together, but you know, some of it's gonna be missing because it's packet loss, so yeah, it's not great. The only option you have now is to move. Well, unfortunately, that's not happening anytime soon. My option is that they fix it, is the option. Okay, let's go rally point. Here's your liquor. The commander orders one of his men to make sure everything's accounted for. Not bad, but do you really think this makes up for a lucrative contract? We'll need a little more. Let's say 50 tires. You're about to object, but the commander raises a hand and interrupts you. Consider that the last request a test to see if you mean business. If you really want us gone, bring us 50 tires. That's actually going to be hard to do. Just size-wise. We're going to need to go make some money because we're not going to be able to afford 50 tires at the moment. So that's pretty annoying, or it was. No, it has not leveled out. We're just lucky. Like I said, it's just intermittent is all I can say. I do think I'm just going to call it there. We're only like 10 minutes early from where I was going to stop anyways, so no reason to drag out the misery at the moment. Hopefully we'll have a good evening for Dominions on Friday. They're definitely getting another call. We're just going to keep doing it until the internet is fixed. It's very ridiculous. All right, guys. Well, my apologies for the end here, kind of falling apart. Hopefully it was still somewhat enjoyable. Friday we'll be back for Dominions, and then maybe it'll be, was Master Orion the manual? No, Alpha Centauri. It was the manual I was thinking of. Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri. Great game. Yeah, hopefully it'll clear up for Friday.